Hey guys, Sandy here, and today I am scrapbooking a layout for the Confessions of a Paper Addict cut files. This is one of the releases for March. It is the graduation cut file. Now it also has the word graduation. I did not cut that out because I want to come up with a different title, but here is the cut file. I've got some paper, I got some graduation stickers, I have two different paper collections. One's Brutus Monroe Pastel Deco, one is from My Mind's Eye Market Street. I also have this stencil that I could not tell you where it came from, and then a photo of my youngest daughter at her graduation. So let's see what I can do. Guys, here we go. So the first thing I did was grab that beautiful hot tub ink from Catherine Pooler, and I'm just using a ink blending tool to push ink through the stencil. Now this stencil is very flimsy, so I'm not doing a lot of rubbing. I am doing more of pushing down, if that makes sense. And that is just because the stencil is so flimsy. If I moved it, like rubbed across the stencil, then the stencil would be moving around and I wouldn't have the crisp stencil lines that I have here. And I absolutely love how this came out, you guys. Like, you have no idea. I tried to figure out the best way to trace my graduation cap, and lo and behold, when I held the paper up like that, I could see through it. So I knew exactly where my cutting was going to happen. So I trimmed, words and thoughts, they're all coming out at once, you guys. So I didn't trim, I traced around the outside of the hat, and then I just trimmed inside that line, and that makes a perfect size for filling the cut file. Now, I had purposely purchased these graduation tiny stickers from Paper House because I wanted to use them with this cut file. When I originally had the idea, the actual graduation cap was going to be filled with this, and I was going to fill the graduation scroll with like a glitter paper. But, you know, plans change, and I did it completely differently. So I am trimming around these graduation scrolls as well. And then I'm going to use these teeny tiny little stickers and basically fill them in. So the stickers are not like layered on top of each other. They are just filling in the space. And I really had no particular rhyme or reason as to what I chose when and where. I tried not to have things that were similar too close to each other. And then, of course, I did not use the little champagne bottles or anything like that, or the red balloons, because this is my daughter's high school graduation, and there were no champagne bottles at her graduation, and the red balloons just brought in a color I did not want to bring in. So I filled both of these up. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you watch me fill them up. Some of these stickers were really, really tiny, so I would peel them off with my fingernail. They would be stuck to my fingernail, and then I kind of like had to slide it off my fingernail onto the paper. And that's just the way it had to be. There is a lot of gold foil on these stickers, so I needed to bring in gold later on the layout, and I definitely did that as well. And then while I'm just filling in these stickers here, make sure that you guys head on over to the Confessions of a Paper Addict Facebook group. We are having a words are a struggle today. We are having a month-long birthday celebration. So Confessions of a Paper Addict cut files are 1 year old, and there is a coupon code for 30% off cut files right now that's over in the Facebook group. So make sure you join in, and then also there are a bunch of challenges. Everyone from the design team has issued a scrapbooking challenge, and they do not have to have cut files. So if you just like scrapbooking challenges and you're looking for something, head over there, get yourself joined up and participate in one of the challenges. So I am wrapping up the tiny stickers and then I am backing my cut file. I am using my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. It is my favorite adhesive to use liquid-wise. And then I'm just taking a little washi tape to kind of really hold in place the join where all the backings of the cut files happen. Now, for some reason, I wanted to fill in the little button thing up here at the top of the graduation cap, so I just cut out a little bit of this dark teal paper and then added adhesive again to stick it down. And I am drinking hot chocolate while I am creating this layout, so that is going on. And then I felt like the little tassel needed a little pop of color as well, so I grabbed that dark teal paper one more time. And these are really old. This dark teal paper, it has a sticky back to it, so you peel off the white and it's a sticky back. And they are from Die Cuts with a View. I mean from years and years and years ago, because they used to put these little like 4x6 sticky things together. Oh no, this one isn't from Die Cuts with a View. Nope, I lied. This one was from Recollections or Joann's brand. Remember the purple Joann's brand? It was one of those. So I'm lying to you. Never mind. I was confusing the 4x6 packs that Die Cuts with a View used to have to match their paper pads. They would have the papers in the 4x6 size and also like glitter stock. Do you guys remember those? So yeah, I was confusing the two in my head, but that is not it. So I struggle with this entirely way too long. The papers are not, something is funky. The papers are square, but they're not square to each other. So I struggled with it a little bit, just trying to get it to look decent. And finally I just fudged it and we just made it work because I was struggling with it and I just needed that little bright pop of pink around the outside. And I even thought about gutting this one, you guys, but ultimately I didn't. I just felt like I needed that extra stability on the page because it was a cut file and I didn't want anything flimsy behind it. And my light teal paper is close to my heart paper, so it is much thinner than all my other pattern papers in my stash. Now, I struggle a little bit with where the photo placement's gonna go. Ultimately, I figure it out, so that's good. Yay, you get to see a completed layout. I also mess around with the second photo mat a couple times. I change it out, I think 2 or 3 times because I'm just not particularly happy with it. But ultimately, it does change. At first, I thought that I was going to add this little art deco. I mean, I liked it enough that I actually adhered it. But I think what my problem was I was trying to do this offset matte, and ultimately my photo does not have an offset matte. It is just a double matted photo. So I'm trying to figure out what I can do to this background to kind of like liven it up and make it exciting. So I really like this Art Deco one with the pink and the teal. So I decided to trim that down and make a border. Now I didn't know if I was going to make a border across the top and have like my title up there, or if I was going to do something on the bottom. Like I really just didn't know what the heck I was doing at this point. I had the idea for like using the stickers to fill the cut file, but beyond that, no clue. No clue whatsoever. And I was just trying to figure out like where those would go. I decided that I didn't want this big thick border, so I would fussy cut out the deco fans. And at this point, I really have no idea what I'm doing, you guys. Like I'm just throwing things at the layout at this point and trying to figure out something that sticks and it looks decent. So I really did not like it at the top of the page, so I thought, well, maybe on the side of the page. And then I was like, yeah, I like it, but not here. Like this is not where it needs to be. It needs to be scooted over, and I need some sort of border going on this layout. So I finished fussy cutting out the deco fans, and I'm just like thinking in my head, this is a travesty. Like, what am I doing? This isn't coming together at all like I thought it would. Like, what is going on? But you know what? I'm just keeping at it. So I decide to make a border. all the way down the page. And I thought, you know what would be awesome? If I brought in that ink again and made the border out of that. And that way, the cut file will kind of like match and blend in a little bit with the background. And it's not going to be some sort of ridiculousness. So I do this. And again, I'm more pushing the ink down than I am spreading the ink across the page. So at first I was doing the entire stencil, and then I realized I really only need to do this small section. And I wanted to make sure that it didn't look like I had pieced together something on the border. Does that make sense? Like I wanted it to flow. And I think the way I stenciled it, it does look like it flows. So I trimmed that down, and it's about 3 inches wide. And I ink the edges just because I didn't want that stark white edge. I wanted to kind of soften it. And then I realized that my border hung off the page a little bit too much. So we trimmed that down and added ink again. And now I'm really liking this. I'm just trying to figure out where I want the border to be. I choose the left-hand side of the page. I think it turns out great with where it is. And then it kind of definitely ties in with the graduation cap. I add on my fussy cut little deco fans, and then I use this gold mirror washi tape that I got on clearance at Target, so yay for that. And then I'm just like, yes, there's a lot of gold mirror going on now on the layout. It's not just on the graduation scroll, so I'm definitely feeling very happy with how this layout is turning out. Now I thought that I really would want those deco fans behind the photo on that second photo mat, because I have the deco fussy cut things out as the border. But ultimately I decided I needed more pink instead of the blue. So I pulled out a different sheet from that deco paper pad and just double matted the photo. Now I try to put the photo over on the left hand side, but I don't like it over there. So I just bring it to the right hand side, and I kind of put the graduation cap over top of Lanah's head. So kind of like she's wearing a graduation cap, but not really, but I like it. I think it's cute. I'm still thinking that this page needs more. Like something's got to happen. So I pull out these gold like mirror foil word stickers. And one of my favorite things to do is to have word stickers that are offset against each other. So I decided to put them here over top of the fans. And then I also pulled in these, I believe they are Prima word phrases. And I just picked things that would work with graduation. So they definitely don't all scream graduation, but it's things that could work. Or things that could work with my daughter. Like I have beautiful, and she's a doer, and totally in all. And this is real life and special and inspired curiosity. So anything that would work, I put on the page. And I just alternated them. So from gold to pink, gold to pink. And I really like how this turned out. I think it added, these words just added like the perfect amount of something extra to the page. I am going to pop on some white enamel dots. I sprinkle those around the page as well. And guys, like honestly, I really do like how this layout turned out. And more importantly, maybe I need to drink some more hot chocolate because my words are struggling. More importantly, Lanah likes the layout. And especially these layouts where it is just about my kids and it's just something that happened to them. I want them to like the layouts. And she was definitely a fan of this one. So with my enamel dots, I have clusters of 3, and I have a large one, a medium one, and a small one. I went ahead and used a pre-made word thicker for my title, and it's just Celebrate. And then I added the journaling, and I need to go get her diploma out of the safe because I don't remember the exact day that she graduated. But it says, the journaling that I add says, Lanah graduated on December blank 2019. She graduated an entire semester early. Super proud of her and the hard work she put forth, not only her senior year, but her entire school career. Love you, Lanah. Fly high. And I put in fly high because my girl is in pilot school right now, because that's what she wants to do. So there it is, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure you check out the links down below, and I will see you guys again really soon for another video.